Hello, English 1101. Hope things are going well. We are in week 5 now, so moving quite along. We are past the halfway point of the summer 8-week term. So let's look at this week's key dates and content and activities. So I have a reminder here. The check-ins start today. That's on Teams. You've received multiple notices about this, an announcement, a D2L message, and it's also an assignment you'll see here. So this assignment, keep this in mind, you don't actually submit anything for this. How you earn your grade, it's a completion grade, is that you sign up for a time slot and then you arrive or you join the meeting on time, and that's how you earn the 50 out of 50. It is an engagement assignment. I have the links here. So that's the very last time slot is 5:30 to 5:45. So that's why that ends at 6 and not 11:59. I'm not doing these team check-ins, well into the evening. But anyway, that's when the availability ends for this. You have seen the sign-up sheet maybe already. Hopefully a lot of people have signed up. You click here to view the sign-in sheet. It's simply a Google Sheets document that you just type your name in, the available slots. Please do not, as I said here, please do not edit any time slot that already has a name in it. So this check-in is required if you decide not to do it or you forget your time slot. It is just one engagement grade out of many. So throughout the semester, we might have about 16 engagement grades. So they're all equally weighted. So you can make a choice on this, but it is a grade. But be sure if you do sign up to click on the meeting on time so you can have the call with me. It doesn't take but 10 to 15 minutes. Sometimes it'll be not that long. So that's that. The rhetorical analysis rough draft Dropbox is open. Posted yesterday. It's due June 30th. It is optional, but again, I highly encourage you to submit a rough draft for the rhetorical analysis. That's the only way you can get really solid feedback from me and then improve your draft for the final draft. I'll say this again. Students that submit a rough draft in my course almost always will earn a higher grade on their final draft than those students who do not submit a rough draft. So that's your choice, but I want you to consider it. Okay, so those are some deadlines. Looking at the content for this week, we have checklist here. At this point, you kind of know how this works, but this is a link to, you want to look at only page 2 and 3. Page 2 is a video of an ad, and then if you click here, you can enlarge this or look at it externally in YouTube, but it's an ad about I Am Dog Food, and then you can look at a student essay, rhetorical analysis essay on this ad, so similar to what you're doing, and you click here and it opens the document, and you can look at this. Keep in mind that this is a sample. I'm not requiring works cited because there's no outside research for this, so ignore the works cited page, but everything else is a good example. We're not doing outside research, but the rest of this is good. So it's not exactly MLA format here, but you know how to do that. But mainly this is about content, so look at that as an example. And then page 3 has a video from my colleague, Dr. Keaton Lamley, looking at this actual student rhetorical analysis essay and doing a review of that and showing you what kind of writing moves and insight the student essay has. Okay, so that's that. And then this is just a module about different writing moves, from being concise, using reverse outlines. And there's some videos. Most of these are videos, the links. Active and passive voice, another video, and then some technical writing instruction about mixed sentence construction and writing paragraphs and transitions. So look at those, and then I will do a lesson, a very brief lesson on the thesis example, but essentially this is a Word document that I wrote to show you, I built this to show you how to go from not a thesis statement to a weak thesis statement to a strong, effective thesis statement, particularly for rhetorical analysis, okay? So this is really helpful for your rhetorical analysis paper. The first example is based on an advertisement, and the second is a speech, but I'll do a brief lesson, post a brief lesson about this later. And then this is another one-pager about what a timestamp is and how you will use that in your rhetorical analysis. And so this has got an example of that. I will post how to do that. It's simply just the minute and second is the timestamp right here. But I'll give you two examples and a variation of this when you put it in the front of the sentence. So I will do a very brief lesson on this and post that as well. And that's it for this week. Let me know if you have any questions. Email me and I will respond. Have a good week.